Ghana's High Commissioner to South Africa, Charles Owuradu, says arguments have started amongst internal structures to see if it will be in the interest of Ghana to join BRICS. He stated that the president thinks joining BRICS comes with many opportunities. Therefore, they will look into it extensively to make a decision. According to the commissioner, Ghana has good democratic credentials and thus qualifies to be a member. He is speaking exclusively with my colleague, Blessed Suga.
The kind of architecture that we have, it's only 5 members who are permanent members who decide for almost everybody. But then within the AU, there was what we call a consensus. There's been a consensus where the AU leaders themselves sat down and then thought that we needed to expand, this architecture. So there've been that conscious effort, to lobby some of these permanent 5 members, to push ahead this expansion. And if you hear, some of these permanent 5 members speak, I think now there's that collective goal that, let's expand. But then how do we do it and when do we do it? Because the Chinese have wholeheartedly said that, they are ready to allow others to come in. The Russians have said that, even the Americans, the French, the British, they've all said that, others should. But when do we do this? So that's the edge. We want to get this thing done as quickly as possible. So like I said, in 1945, things were totally different from 1945. The issues then were totally different. But now look at what we face, as even Africa as a continent, the other third world countries. And even now we have emerging global superpowers. So we need to look at all this and then see how, especially within the African continent, we can take advantage of this expansion and then push ahead some of the concerns that we have.
And the president appears to be so worried about where we find ourselves as a global economy, the fact that we're still facing an economic challenge. He says that now more than ever we need to strengthen our partnership with BRICS. What's the explanation really to that?
It's beyond doubt that BRICS is now a force to reckon with. If you look at the countries, it started with 4. It started with Brazil, it started with Russia, India and China. Later, they got in South Africa. Today, we've been told that they met and then they've accepted 6 more. So now we have Ethiopia. Within Africa, we have Ethiopia and Egypt. South America, we have Argentina. Within the Arab world, we have UAE and then Saudi Arabia. And then we also have Iran. The combined GDP is now 30% of global GDP, within these 11 countries. So they are forced to reckon with. We've been discussing amongst us. When the president came, there have been some discussions that we've started looking at some of the opportunities that exist within BRICS. Already they do have this bank that countries...
The development bank, you mean?
Yeah, that countries have started, accessing credit. And it's helping a lot of countries to develop, to open up their economies, create opportunities for themselves. So we've started looking at it. The president has started looking at it. A decision has not been taken yet.
But when you say looking at it, what's that supposed to mean?
Oh, of course. The opportunities, in there. So what can we get out of this institution? How can Ghana benefit? So he started looking at it. We've had some informal discussions, but of course it's not concrete yet. Yeah. So as and when a formal decision is taken, of course we all know.